Hey friends, this is Naturally Emelia here. My name is Emelia, obviously. This is my first YouTube vlog video ever. So I'm a little bit nervous and I have no idea what I'm doing. But I'm really excited to be here and share some of my interests with you. Just to give you a bit of a background, I'm from Whistler, British Columbia, that's in Canada. I'm a registered holistic nutritionist and also a certified massage therapist. I have been living in Vancouver for about 10 years now. Although the last 3 years I have mostly spent traveling around the world. I've visited over 25 countries. I've lived in New Zealand, Australia. I visited the UK, Greece, Italy, all over Europe. I spent 5 months in India a couple years ago. So I guess this vlog is going to be kind of a culmination of all my interests, nutrition, holistic living, sustainable living, travel eventually whenever this pandemic is over. So yeah, a bunch of different things, basically all my interests and my knowledge and my expertise I am going to be putting here in this vlog. So I guess just to give a bit of context about how I came to decide to start this vlog, I've been on a nutrition journey the last 10 years. When I was 17, I had major abdominal surgery. I had this really rare thing called a duplicated bowel, which I know doesn't sound very nice, but essentially I was just born with a second set of intestines, which turned into a really large cyst. So when I was 17, just about finished high school, I had to go have an emergency surgery to get it removed. And obviously afterward, the healing process took a while. I was on antibiotics for about 2 months. I had to get a second minor surgery because I had a wound infection, and that caused a lot of issues. So the recovery took a while, and afterwards I had really, really bad IBS, like really bad for about 5 years. I did actually end up doing my first big backpacking trip with 2 of my girlfriends to Australia. I don't know how I survived with all the partying we were doing, smoking, drinking. That took a huge toll on my body and my digestive system. And it took a really long time to heal my gut issues. One of the things that really helped was when I returned from my first trip to Australia, I enrolled in massage therapy school. Having surgery and going through that trauma really set me in a different direction. I'm not really sure what I was going to do after high school. I can't remember. I think my mind was just set on backpacking in Australia. So after I had my surgery, obviously my health became a huge priority in my life. So about a year after my surgery, after I'd come back from Australia, I decided to enroll in massage school. And through massage school, I actually learned a little bit about nutrition. I discovered this book called Healing with Whole Foods, and that made a huge difference in my life. I went to my local health food store. I talked to a holistic nutritionist there. She recommended a protein powder with a ton of vitamins in it. I got a couple supplements, and I started reading this book called Healing with Whole Foods, and I actually started transferring my diet more into a plant-based diet. So I started eating a lot more vegetables. My diet was always pretty healthy. My parents were really good about cooking like whole vegetables for my brother and I, but there was a lot of crap foods that I was eating. And I was eating a lot of carbs and a lot of proteins, a lot of animal foods. So when I was about 19, it would have been 2009 or 2000, it was 2010, just after the Olympics, I started changing my diet, incorporating more vegetables, and I noticed a huge difference in my digestion. The terrible stomach cramps that I used to have started dissipating a bit. I was starting to go to the bathroom normally, thank God. And that really set me on my nutrition journey. And it was a couple years later that I actually enrolled in the Canadian School of Holistic Nutrition and started studying it full time. And that's kind of what's led me up to this point. My life is kind of all about healing. Nutrition, I'm an intuitive eater. I love eating seasonally. I love eating what's available locally. I'm a huge advocate for the local farmers markets and supporting the local economy through buying local food. And yeah, I'm such a health foodie. I love cooking healthy food. I love creating recipes. I am super passionate about incorporating local superfoods, not just imported superfoods. Yeah, and that's what I'm really excited to share with you guys. Also, during isolation, I have been reading this really amazing book called The Artist's Way. I'll link it below. Something that a lot of people don't know about me is I used to be an artist. When I was young, like literally all I would do was draw. In 8th, 9th, and 10th grade, I would literally spend most of my classes just drawing. I wanted to be a fashion designer, and I think I wanted to be a makeup artist as well. And then after my surgery, I kind of lost touch with my creativity. It was a really big trauma. So I think my whole focus then became on healing and getting my gut back to normal, eating better, exercising more, just creating a better lifestyle. So creativity kind of fell by the wayside. And it's interesting because it was such a huge part of my life from 4 to 17. And I haven't really done that. I haven't been drawing, I haven't been painting much in my 20s. It hasn't been a priority or something I've really felt like doing. Until I think it was when I started traveling. When I was in New Zealand, I had a coloring book and it was a mandala book, and then all of a sudden I just took a pen and started drawing a mermaid. So I did a whole mermaid series while I was living in New Zealand, and that was really awesome. And that kind of like reignited my creativity and my desire to make art. So during the isolation, I have been working through The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. It's kind of like creative rehabilitation. That's been really awesome. And I've decided that I would really love to just start creating again. And it would be ideal. It would be ideal if I could make money from it as well. As much as I've enjoyed working in the restaurant industry and service, I am so over it. I think being in isolation has also made me realize that I don't want to work for anyone else, hence this YouTube channel and my creative ventures. So this is kind of going to be documenting all of that as well, which I'm really excited for. Anyway, I have been going on and on for a while in a very non-linear fashion, I think. So I'm just going to leave it at that. That's my little introduction. I'm really excited to be on this platform with all of you. I'm really looking forward to what I create and how we can co-create together. And that's everything for today. Sending you guys so much love. Take care, and I'll see you all soon.